Hey everybody, Julia Stock, Business Revolutionary with Be Astute, continuing with our A to Z of business vocab. Today is S, once again, for sales. It's one of the words that strikes the most terror into the heart of some business owners. Some of us absolutely love the word, some of us absolutely hate it, and don't want to be seen as pushy, definitely don't associate themselves with well-known TV characters like Arthur Daley, if you're a person of a certain age, Del Boy, those people who are seen as being sleazy, seen as only being interested in profit rather than any way meeting the needs of customers and doing things in the right way. The reality is that as a business owner, selling is a necessary part of our lives. It's interesting that if you are uncomfortable with sales, it's probably the thing that you will try and outsource quickest, on the understanding or the misunderstanding that somebody else can definitely do it better than us. The difficulty that we have is if we don't like selling ourselves, and we don't push through that to learn how to sell in a way that is authentic and comfortable for us, it means that actually we become incredibly vulnerable when we start outsourcing that function, because we can't then performance manage the people who are doing it for us. So sadly, the world is littered with business owners who tried to outsource and spent an awful lot of money achieving very little, because they didn't necessarily come up with the right strategy, and they certainly didn't then performance manage the company they were outsourcing it to make sure that results were being made. The best way is sadly to get your head around having a sales process that works in your business, thinking about techniques that you feel comfortable with, because if you have a particular set of values, then they tend to come across as your business values. So if you then recruit somebody who is the opposite of your personal values, what does that say about where your business values are going? And is that something that you want? If you're not happy being pushy yourself, do you want somebody else to be pushy on your behalf? Is that the reputation you want your business to have? And often it isn't. And that can also be a source of problems, because how we are seen and perceived by others comes down to who we are sending out in the world to represent us. And if we're sending out a lead gen company or a social media company or an SEO and pay-per-click company or a PR firm, or we recruit a salesperson, all of these different things, if we decide to go with some aggressive tactics in terms of scraping data of people visiting our website, all of these are lead gen sales techniques. We have to think about how that aligns with our reputation. How do we want the world to see ourselves? How do we want to conduct ourselves in the world? And whatever we choose to do in terms of selling is an impact in terms of the reputation that we have. We can't just go, oh yeah, that's that dirty little bit we don't like, but it's all right, we're nice and fluffy now. It all has to align, because that's what the customer is going to expect. Whatever you do at the front end, that's going to attract a certain type of customer. So we need to think about, again, who's the kind of customer we want to be working with? Who do we want to be attracting? And what are the techniques that are most going to attract those people? If they're people that don't respond to the hard sell, having somebody on your team that does hard selling isn't going to work. So sales does not have to be evil. Getting our head around it, certainly at the strategic sense, means that as a business owner, we're more in control. We can navigate the business in the direction we want it to go through. So unpicking all of these issues, even if you have no intention of doing any sales activity yourself, unpicking all of this stuff means that you are a better boss and you're going to get better value for money. out of whatever sales activity you choose to invest in. So that's the A to Z of business vocab with S for sales, and good luck with hitting your sales targets.